Yeah. All right. Ready whenever? Okay. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I know it's been a minute since we uploaded a podcast, but we are back. And we're back. We are back. All right. Let's get into it. So what is good, you guys? Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Abu Sama, and we're here on Street Runners TV, and we're with a special guest of mine. Great friend, someone who is huge support when it comes to just doing a lot for the city. His name is Matthew
Anono.
I'm super sorry, bro.
Short for Anonymous. That's the director name.
Yes, sir.
Talking about this movie at least a little bit, I guess, today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we are. So
the man of many names.
Yeah, so I know him by another name. That's the name that I was actually gonna say. But let's get into it. Let's start with the movie, man. How did you what inspired you to even put that movie out or to even come up with that concept?
So my inspiration for the movie is really, I started off doing music, poetry, and more on the conscious backpack rapper type, side of things. So I like putting a message in my music. And so I thought of different things that were being talked about at the time, especially in the black community. One of them being the feminization or emasculation of men, black men in particular. But then I've also seen stuff from other communities where they talk about the same thing, and it's just about men in general, not really race specific. So with that idea and seeing, even some of the trends in hip hop, with the skinny jeans and people saying that's feminine, and you have your nails getting painted nowadays and stuff, and they're like, that's feminine. The way people are dancing, your man's, you know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah. I was gonna hit on that. So what you trying to tell me is you think Lil Uzi Vert is feminine? Is that what you trying to tell me, Brett?
Really, I've seen him.
Yeah.
And he seems like a pretty gangster dude. So there's that. And then there's also Young Thug.
Yeah.
He wears dresses. Yeah. Also seems like a pretty gangster dude. Yeah. But the way that they portray themselves in the Hollywood circle, by wearing a dress, wearing nail polish, things like that, that would be contrary to what we would understand as being gangster in our regular community. So the question comes, why is it when they're on the big screen, they're doing all this type of stuff, but in our regular community, the people that we see as so-called masculine or gangsters or whatever, they're not doing that type of thing. Yeah. So people start to come up with theories. Maybe some will say conspiracy theories, saying, the industry is making them do these type of things and portray these type of things. And they bring up different historical things that have happened throughout history. So slavery and maybe they call buck breaking or raping of certain people back then, and things like that to emasculate them, or even the jail community, with the raping and all that type of stuff, making them wear lipstick or whatever they do in jail,
Like how, comedians, but more so movie stars, they got to wear dresses in certain movies to be of funny or something like that.
And some people would talk about there may be rituals and things that these people believe in. It might be their religion. That plays a part into them carrying on these different rituals or whatever you want to call it. The things that they do and the way that they operate. So whatever the case, whether that's true or whether it's not true, I just wanted to take that idea and put that on screen. So I was like, well, I think it'll be kind of a funny thing, kind of showing that what's talked about, but we don't ever really see it like that, to show it up front, show this is what we're talking about. You'll see Kevin Hart in a dress, but it's not really talking about why is he wearing the dress type thing. So I was like, let me try that out. And had a few other ideas for movies, but that was the most feasible. So I ended up, just rounding up some people and getting them to be involved.
How was that process? Like just gathering people to be a part of this movie and just putting it all together. Like, was that process like difficult? And how long did it take you? Because I remember you, like, we was having some conversations and you were, getting frustrated with just the process and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that really wasn't that difficult, to be honest. Because once I approached, because I just reached out to people I thought may be interested and that may be able to play the role, or may be able to just be cool. As far as like, because sometimes it's just the people that you involve yourself with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Damon, whatever his last name is, Damon something that owned Fubu, the guy from Shark Tank.
Damon Johnson.
Yeah. So he was saying he said something like that too on some type of forum or something he was talking on. He was just saying like the people, when it comes to doing business, it's not so much about the person's skills or their talent or the money they got to invest or whatever. So much as like, is this somebody that I can be around and work around, for weeks and months or whatever. Okay. So the people I reached out to, I was already kind of cool with, whether it's on the music scene, whether it's been with maybe they're interested in podcasting, maybe it's different events I've done, stuff like that. So I was already kind of cool with them. So it was just a matter of me reaching out and seeing if they'd be interested in helping with doing a movie. And a lot of the people were, and then the people that weren't, there was enough people that were interested that I could the people that weren't interested, it didn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. So like when you went to put the movie out, what was your whole, like, did you want to give it to him for free, or like what was your whole thinking behind putting that movie out, and where can people go and watch it?
My thing was really I wanted to put the movie out. I wanted everybody to buy a copy and to make a lot of money off of it, to be honest. So
honesty, yes, sir.
Yeah, put it out, and it's been pretty slow as far as people trying to buy it. Mm-hmm. If I put it out, so my next thing would be maybe putting it out for free on like YouTube or something, and then just getting the ad revenue or monetizing somehow like that, or just put it out for free and just say forget it, and move on to other things. But I don't know. I kind of like that right now it's behind a paywall where you got to pay $10 to watch it. And I've done so much stuff for like cheap, for free, put out my albums for free sometimes and stuff like that. It's like, I kind of want to just have it, like if you don't pay the $10, you don't get to see it.
Right, yeah.
So then if other stuff starts to blow up, because then that increases the value of it.
Yep.
The other route would be like maybe I do put it out for free right now. And then once, like, let's say it gets 500,000 plays or something, then I take it down and put it behind the paywall. You know what I mean? So then now they got to pay the 10, which I heard somebody was telling me that's what Nicki Minaj did with one of her mixtapes. He was out for free when she was first coming up.
Okay.
And then once she blew up or whatever, now you had to pay for the mixtape. So there's multiple strategies, but my original idea was to make money off of it.
Yeah, of course. And why not? Shoot, you put in hella time. Like, why not? So with like, because this is a man with many hats, man. We talking director, musician, video photography, a photographer. Like, this man does everything, bro. What grew the passion for directing?
The passion for directing, it kind of just all works together. It just kind of all melted together. So start off with the music and DJing. Really music as far as beat making. So I was used to like splicing things together and all that and just kind of being creative. And then it went into performing music. So writing poetry, writing songs, performing them, stuff like that. Then more into the DJing. Then I went into photography, videography, and then it just kept going from there. So then it's like, let me just make a movie. I don't know. It just kind of. Oh well, then I also did acting too. And I did some playwriting classes, things like that. Got an acting coach. Excuse me. So it was just kind of a natural progression into that. Like, let me write my own stuff.
So like, were you doing skits first, and then like it just kind of fell into like, all right, well maybe I could take this skill and put it onto like a video and present it to the world? Or what came first, directing or the skits? Because I know you do skits on like Instagram, which is hilarious. You guys should definitely go check out his Instagram because that shit's funny.
Yeah. So really, I was doing comedy too because I like joking around a lot. So I started getting into like I did some comedy workshops to see how to do stand up comedy and kind of practice in front of a easier crowd, I guess you say. They're more friendly because they were also trying to learn the comedy stuff. And then I started doing the comedy open mics, and with my acting stuff, let's see, I didn't really do too much when I was growing up, but let's see, about 22-ish, once I started getting into acting, and I ended up getting an Instagram. That's when I started doing more of the skit stuff. So I say like that's 2014. I think we started doing more skits and just coming up with ideas and brainstorming. So I would say the acting came first though.
Acting first?
Then actually directing.
You ever find yourself like getting like a creator's block?
Yeah, here and there. It depends. I do so many different things that I don't really have that too much.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm more on a break. I stopped doing my business, I guess you say right now. I guess I'm still doing it right now a little bit.
Yeah. He said, no, you is. You are. Yeah.
So,
he said, well, I guess I'm still kind of doing it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's been funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I stopped doing that. But yeah, so if I'm kind of feeling writer's block, let's say, with my music, then I got photography and video stuff, or I might just get on and just do some goofy stuff because I just have random thoughts or, things that are funny to me. So it's just so many different things that I'm into that I don't really run into a block, let's say, of all creativity. It's usually just one aspect, whether it be writing. Maybe I don't want to do any skits or something. But then if I do have a complete block or I'm just tired, I just rest. So I just chill, lay back.
So who's your top 5, or let's go top 3 directors that's creating movies that you get inspired by? You better say Tyler Perry, bro. Cause that's who he reminds me of, bruh. On God.
Okay. I'm not gonna say Tyler Perry though.
He said I'm not gonna
I don't even watch any Tyler Perry movies.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's disrespect.
I do understand what you're saying though. Like he has his own studio and he's been doing it for a minute. So I mean that's cool. And as a black man and stuff, but I'm not really a fan of him. Just keeping it real. But let me think here. So Abu had us in here, it's a Saturday. So we're drinking a little bit, So I can't think of any directors right now. I'm gonna say Robert Townsend is one. He made Meteor Man. He made the Hollywood Shuffle, which is kind of similar to the movie I just did. That was his first movie. He was on Parenthood, 5 Heartbeats. So that's Robert Townsend. And I'm just talking about all directors. So regardless of skin color, I would say he's one of the top in my book. There's a white guy. I'm trying to think of his name, but I can't think of it. He's from the UK. He did Revolver, starring Andre 3000 and Jason Statham. Lock, Loaded, something like that. Yeah. He did that movie too, but he's really dope. And then other than him, I don't know a third one. I can't really think of who I would say for that. So myself. I'll be the third one.
I like that. Yes, sir. Respect. So like with directing and everything, how do you find like balance with putting out music and also wanting to direct a movie? Like how? Cause me, bro, I would have been like, man, this is too much.
Yeah, I would say I kind of mastered the music stuff. So they say like mastery takes about 10,000 hours of you doing something. I don't know if I put 10,000 hours, but I mean, like if I hear some beats, then I can just write to it, So that is always kind of there. If I have something to say and then the beat is vibing, then I could just do that. So I've been putting out an album about once every year. Sometimes I'll do an album and then a mixtape too. but about an album a year. Last year I didn't do one, but 2020 I did like a double disc. So technically that covers 2 years. And it's not even that I planned it like, oh, I need an album each year.
Yeah.
It's just kind of how it goes. So with that being said, I recorded stuff last year. We started the movie 2019. Took off a little bit of time for the COVID stuff to kind of pass over. Put out my album 2020. Started back with the movie 2021. Finished that, wrapped it up, and then I started recording my new album. Finished all the recording, and then it's getting mixed and mastered right now. So for me, it's just I have a passion for it. I love, or if that's the right word, or I just really like doing it. So
Yeah.
it's really, I mean, it's just natural for me. It's some people really like going to the gym, for example.
Hey,
like
man.
they get off work and they'll just go straight to the gym. Me, I'm like, I'm not really like that. So
Yeah.
my gym would be more so going to the studio or doing something creative.
Okay.
So it's just natural for me to do it.
So with
Can I cut this off too? And then
go
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
it's called Street
Runner TV.
Runner.
Yes, sir. Street Runner TV.
So I have my Instagram live running too. So I'm just gonna turn that off. But you guys can catch this full thing on Street Runner TV on Facebook. Street Runner TV.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
So if you had to choose one song for the viewers to check out, what song would it be, and why does that song mean the most to you?
One song.
I like that one song that you made about the black women that you had posted.
Cocoa Butter Drip?
Cocoa Butter.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say like a lot of the songs that I would recommend haven't been released yet. So I have a new album. It's called Call If You Need Me, but it's spelled KALIFUNEEDME. So the first part is Kali, so Goddess Kali. So if you're into the conscious stuff, you know about Goddess Kali. She's like the goddess that comes and she's seen with she has like a chopped off head and she has all these arms and stuff like that. So
Damn.
people
Yeah.
it looks real demonic and stuff, but
Okay.
it's like she's coming through to kind of clean house, So in the Bible they talk about like I forgot what it was, but like you had to put like an X on your door, like
Yeah.
they were coming through so it's like she kills off, she's chopping off somebody's head, but she's killing off any ignorance and things like that and bringing in like a new age of enlightenment or whatever. So that's what that represents. So Goddess Kali is what this new album's based off of. And I wanted to talk about melanated woman on there, so I have a song called Cocoa Butter Drip that I
Fire.
really like.
Yeah.
Another one called Culture Vultures, where I break down, we say, no, this is our culture. No, this is this culture. There's this culture. Then it's like, well, the origins of different people, whether that be Irish, black, white, Hispanic, Japanese, whatever, it's like all these different things get blurred, and then you don't know whose culture is whose culture because everybody's kind of on their own things. But anyway, so the songs that I would recommend will probably be on this new album. But if I had to recommend a song from something that you can see right now, I would say Black Pill Rabbit Hole. That was from my 2020 album.
Okay.
Black Pill
Rabbit
Hole. So like the Matrix movie, how they had the red pill and the blue pill. So I call this the black pill. I guess just because I'm black.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So then, so I just said black pill.
Okay.
I mean, it can go deeper than that, but I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And then rabbit hole. So I just kind of rap about all this stuff, and I just say it really poetically, and it's really dope. I think how I did it. So that's one of my favorites that I've written.
So when you make a song, like, do you like try to go more so woke, or are you more so like just I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind right now, and hopefully you guys take it and like it? What's your
It's a
process?
little bit of both of those, really. So I say whatever, and I kind of do it however I want. Usually, it will be considered woke in some type of aspects because I'll have to have something in there I'm talking about. I just don't talk about just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's pretty much my route, and I just kind of fit the beat. So like Cocoa Butter Drip, I'm singing on that one because that's what fits the beat. So sometimes I might sing, sometimes I might do something that's more rock sounding, sometimes I might do something that's more early hip hop sounding. Sometimes it might be more trap sounding. So it just kind of depends on the beat and the vibe when it comes to the delivery.
What you're feeling? Okay, that's what's up, bro. Cause like nowadays, bro, music. I ain't even gonna lie. Like a lot of music that we get is like just a bunch of gibberish. So the fact that like when you come across music that actually have a meaning is really like, okay, cool. I fuck with this dude. And not a lot of people make music that have a lot of meaning in the city. No disrespect, but
yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes my stuff, it might not have that replay value. Like you might not want to like keep replaying it, but it's like all for me. It's more like I'm an artist, so it's all pieces of art. So you know, it's like you might listen to it one time and you be like, oh, dang, he said some crazy stuff on there.
Yeah.
You might not listen to it again for another 2 years or ever again. But it's like what I said on there was something that made you be like, it'll change your brain waves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so used to hearing. If you ever heard something like that was just so different, I can't even think of like a song, but like the Whisper song, Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
We never heard somebody whispering on a song, so you hear the song with somebody whispering, it almost changes your outlook. Like, oh, people can whisper on a song. I never thought, you know what I mean? And so it just kind of changes your outlook, or whatever. You might not listen to that song again, but you be like, one time I heard this song, this person was whispering on the whole thing. You know, so it just that's kind of what I do.
I was thinking too, like, you make songs that is like that have longevity to them. So like you like Cocoa Butter Drip, I could listen to this song today, and then by the time I'm like 45, I'll still have that same feeling. That's the same with like how Tupac made Dear Mama or something like that. It like you like today we still feel that same feeling as if it was back then. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I really like about your music, that you have that longevity in that music shit.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll do like some current event type stuff where it'll just apply to this year. Like I got a song, I was like, we're in 2013 where people shoot up elementaries, preschools and elementaries, because that was when the Batman shooting happened, or whatever. So it's like sometimes, there's some things that are dated, but I think that's cool though too, because you can look back like, oh, this came out in 2013 when the thing happened. Yeah. Now I see what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But then I have some that are like, I try to make it general so it can, whenever, like you said, whenever you're listening to it, if it's 10 years from now, I mean, as long as black people still exist, you know, or you can look at like old pictures of black women and be like, oh, okay, that's that Cocoa Butter Drip he was talking about. But if everything stays the same, then I mean, as far as who's on the planet, then it should still apply. So.
Facts. That is true. And then, like you said, you made that song in 2013, like school shooting and all that, Blase Blue. And then we fast forward to 2022 with what just took place at Des Moines East. Is like that song will still like have that same feeling, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, like I don't know, bro, like. It's really like a good music. You make good music. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It could be kind of sad seeing that the evolution of people hasn't really taken place too much in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
What
you mean? What you mean?
Like I'm saying, if I'm talking about school shootings in 2013. Let's say it's even getting worse now.
Yeah, very.
It's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I thought it might have gotten better.
Yeah.
But but I don't know. It's life. So it's kind of like a journal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if it still applies, it applies.
What's your how do you feel about the East school shooting?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do you? How do I feel? Like what?
like what's your whole outlook after you've seen that, and what do you think like we could do better in the community to make sure that's not happening again? Type shit.
That's a hard question.
No right or wrong, because we ain't politicians.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
hard to say because it's like
Kim Reynolds. I'm coming for you. That's what I can
Okay,
say.
I'm gonna just be honest, because that's what I try to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, please. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you can understand, you can understand, and this might be enlightening to some people as well, right? So when you're asking me about that, it's a sad event. However, I'm kind of disconnected. I don't have kids. I'm 30, about to be 32. So it's like you hear about stuff like that, and you might even be able to kind of relate, you know, because there's school shootings even when I was in school and stuff like that. But it's kind of like I'm kind of removed from it. So
Yeah.
you know, for me, it's just like that was an unfortunate situation, and whatever can be done needs to be done. I don't know if I had the best answer for what can be done. You know, I've seen kids with guns. Cause I do music videos, so some kids they want 16 years old, they want to have guns in the videos and stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But
So he really don't.
but
No illegal activities.
yeah, but yeah, like I see that happening, so I guess that might be a difference. So I don't know. I think people just might be more aware of it now because I think people have been shooting in schools since way back. You saw that in the movie Juice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's 94 or something. They're talking about the same thing that's going on right now. And I'm not saying that people should get guns taken away from them. I would say the main thing is, kids just are uneducated.
Yep.
You know, maybe. I think that's the biggest thing because when you're educated about certain things just don't matter. You know, it's like you might not even be in a gang. For example, I think that was what that shooting was a result of gang violence. So you might not even be involved in those type of gangs because it's like, what am I going to you for?
Yeah.
You know, why am I going to take orders from you? Why do I got to go kill this kid or these kids just because they're in a different, I won't even say gang, group of friends, you know, group of peers. Because they had the same thing even in New York. This one was a little bit worse. I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a lady. There's some speculations here, but long story short, she told these kids to come out to the woods to smoke with her, to smoke.
This is New York City?
Somewhere in New York, yeah. To come smoke marijuana with her, right? So they go out there to the woods, and some guys come out and just kill them, pretty much. And the whole reason was because they were throwing up gang signs in their pictures. Like
She
online.
killed the kids?
She set them up to be killed. Yeah, so her boyfriend and like I think 3 or 4 other guys killed these kids. One of them did get away though, because he just ran. I guess he ran and was able to get away, but they ended up killing them. I guess when I said there's some speculation to this, the girl, she was she said that she didn't know that they were going to get killed. She thought that she was just luring them out there. I don't know, for some other reason.
So
but
she was the one that got away, I'm assuming?
no, so she's on trial. She's on trial with the other guys.
Okay.
The guys are the ones that killed physically killed them. She's the one that lured them out there. She said that she didn't know that that the guy she was with was going to kill them though.
Yeah.
So I think it was 3 boys that got killed. And then the 4th guy that she lured out there, because they all came as a group, I think.
Yep.
The 4th guy, he just ran, I guess, and he was able to get away. So he might have been injured a little bit, but I think he survived. So it's
they're done
crazy.
for. Yeah. That 4th person's finna. Yeah, and
I
he
think
better.
they all got life. They all got life. I think the people that killed the kids, the girl, I think that one's in the air. They don't know if they want to give her like 40 years or 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
Since she just lured them out. She didn't actually kill them, but I don't know.
Wow.
But I guess my point with that is there's so much happening across America. There's so much happening that's been happening.
Yeah.
So I don't really know a solution besides wisdom, knowledge, teaching people. You know, you got to teach your kids how to have a mind of their own. You know what I mean? Not really worry about what people are saying to them and what they're trying to talk them into. You know, they just got to be wise, got to think, and be knowledgeable.
Would you, so like in the future, would you like to maybe, open a center to where you can teach kids how to properly produce music, direct movies, or maybe even be like a talent scout for actors? Because we don't have that in our city.
Yeah, I might. I really don't like working with kids that much. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I've tried it a
Keep it
couple
real.
times.
Street Runners TV. Yeah.
Yeah, I did this. I did a conference before,
Yeah.
and I was doing the video stuff, but I was trying to like help the kids because I had to video them doing their thing, and some of them were just kind of slow to start. It's just a lot to it. I would like to teach, but I just don't know if I would teach in that capacity. Depending on the age of the kids, how I can teach them. You know, am I restricted in certain things? You know, I just kind of like doing however I like doing it. So if I could just do some teaching the way I like doing it or the way I would do it and without all the regulations and somebody trying to tell me what I need to do, then I might consider something like that for a certain age group.
Do you have any upcoming like projects that you're working on right now or movies that you want to?
Yeah, I got another movie I just wrote. It's about black love. So it's really dope. I'm thinking about getting it reformatted so I can put it out as a book first, and then we'll go from there and start to produce the movie. But this one's gonna need a lot bigger budget, I think. So if you guys can go buy Revolutionary Feminine, that would help me quite a bit.
Which will be down in the description below. We'll drop the link for you guys. Dang, bro. So all this stuff that like you do, bro, none of this was like did you think about this as a kid growing up? Like, was you like, man, like I feel like I want to do this as a kid? Like, what was you doing as a kid? Like,
I mean, no, I just kind of just follow whatever I want to do. I just do it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I got really into like spirituality and all that type of stuff, you know. So when I got into all that, it's just kind of like one of the main things, even with like martial arts, they talk about meditation and kind of killing your ego, you know. And I've been in a lot of environments where it's like, if I have a very big ego or whatever, I probably have a lot of problems just because, you know, people talk shit, things like that. So if I'm fighting everybody, I might not have been able to do what I got to do right now. So through that ego killing, you know what I'm saying? And like even the music I do, if I had to conform, like, oh, you got to make this trap music and talk about these bitches and these hoes and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, that might not be good for music because, you know, that's going into somebody's psyche, hearing that over and over, repetition. So knowing that and then me not following that path, that also is kind of a killer of the ego because I'm kind of controlling whatever I want to do. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. So with all that being said, I just kind of did whatever I want to do. If it pops in my head and it's something I can align with, then I try to pursue it and see where it goes.
So like growing up, like your parents didn't like have like expectations like, oh shoot, I need you to be a doctor, a lawyer type of thing. Like, because, well, I'm allow you to answer that first.
Yeah, so my dad is Nigerian, so you know how that goes.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even do music. And I was trying to do my music, so that's kind of a touchy subject, you know what I mean?
What you mean? Let it out. Yeah, let it out. What you mean?
No, I'm just saying, you know, I was, like I said, I've been in environments where things may not have been conducive to my growth.
Okay.
But they were conducive to my growth, you know. So like as you get into the spiritual stuff, you start to recognize how even bad things or so-called bad things that we might consider bad can still be good, you know. So you could lose a job and you'd be like, dang, that's horrible. But then you losing that job makes you want to go open your own business. And then you start being like, okay, let me go do. So then you see that thing you thought was bad actually was helping you for you to do something that you may like to do more or whatever you were called to do.
Okay.
So just the same, I would say my dad, he really is focused on school and all that, but that was good. Even though it came at the negative impact, I guess, would be that I wasn't able to express myself and really cultivate the artist in me at that age to be whatever I was going to be. Yeah. And then become whatever I might have been. But had that happen, let's say I got signed or something, and I was 18 years old, with a lot of other people that I saw, I wouldn't have done everything I've done now. So I might not have ever made a movie, might not have ever learned how to do videography, you know. So it's like the journey. I learned so much stuff on, you know what I mean, and that also encouraged me to go to school. So I learned accounting, went to school for accounting.
Yeah,
and got into that. So
I was gonna hit on
beneficial.
that. I was legitly finna hit on that because I'm thinking like, bro, how do you go from like accounting to like, all right, well, I'm gonna try this direction, like.
Yeah,
like,
I just say why not? You know, that's the thing. So you're born, right? This camera's on. So you're born, and then you die, right?
Yeah.
At some point. So I don't think this is for everybody because I don't know if everybody should be doing this because everybody has their own path. But and it may be beneficial for everybody not to do this because like we still need workers.
Amen.
You know what I mean? We need people, employees. You know what I mean? But me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might not be that person.
Yeah.
So I can be an employee right now, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I got other stuff that maybe I can do that may be a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me, and if you feel like me, it's like, why not do it? You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
If I'm a doctor, does that mean I can't be in a rock band?
Yeah.
And if I'm a doctor that's in a rock band, does that mean I can't go to the poetry slam on Tuesdays and do something?
Yeah.
But then also take chef classes on the weekend, become, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Learn how to make pastries and then learn a new language because I feel like it. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
I think
sir.
some people get so locked into, well, this is what doctors do. This is what, or whatever. This is what these people do. This is what I got to do. Even if, especially here, you know what I mean? So once you see that you're black and it's like, well, this is what black people do. So I got to do this because that's what black people do.
Yeah.
You're really mind controlled. You know what I mean? You're not even living life anymore.
You're in
You don't
prison.
even know what you like. You know what I'm saying? So you're not doing what you actually like to do. In which case, you know, even in this thing, I think you had some questions about the underlying thing in there, which is like homosexuality. You know what I mean? So if you don't feel, there's people that have talked about being in the closet or whatever, you know what I mean, and then having to come out, or they're outed because it's some third party that tells people their business, you know. But so that's a touchy subject because there's age that goes into that and when is at the right time and da-da-da-da. But I'm just saying, this is kind of like a thing that goes across everything, whether it's sexuality, whether it's interests, whether it's your occupation. Is like, you know how you feel, you know what you like to do, what you're called to do, and where your spirit's kind of directing you. So if you feel like doing it, it's like, why not?
Right.
You know? So that's kind of how I do it. If I can do it and I got the means to do it, even if I don't got the means to do it, you know, I'll see how I can make it work for me.
You said something that really, really stuck with me when you were talking about some people are good employees and some people just probably aren't the best. And sometimes I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to get fired from that job to go figure out what's really best for you. I got fired at Pizza Ranch, so shout out to Pizza Ranch in Altoona for firing me because that led me to open up a cleaning business. Thank you. But
yeah, shout out to Pizza Ranch because
shout out to
they're
Pizza.
fire. I like their stuff.
Yeah, no, really amazing buffet, chicken on point.
And thanks for helping them.
Yeah, no
Get
cap.
to this position.
Thank you, Pizza Ranch. But no, but for real though. So okay, accounting, directing to music. When you made that leap to directing, and like, was your family like kind of like in your ear, like, come on, man, we didn't come to America for yada? Like, did they see the bigger pic? Like, did they see the vision that you've seen?
Well, I haven't lived at home since I was like 20, so I'm 31 right now, about to be 32. So they don't really have that much input. I mean, it was mainly when I was younger.
Yep.
They'd be, you know, I'm trying to make a beat or rap or something.
Yeah.
They're coming in, opening the door, like, what are you doing? But like I said, I haven't been there since I was 20. So
Yeah.
it comes to a certain point where it's like, yeah, it's helpful, but you got to graduate from that stage, and it's like I got to go do my thing. So
Yeah.
you know, it really hasn't been any input past that age. Even once I was like 19, 20, it wasn't. I mean, you can only say so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna make beats, still gonna put out my music because that's what I want to do. And I mean, yeah, I hear some stuff every now and then, like, oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has something to say,
Right.
to be honest. So, oh man, you buying this? Why are you doing that? Why you? Oh, you gonna you wearing that? It's like, yeah,
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, that's all I can say. People got stuff to say, but I don't really listen.
Yeah.
You know,
Amen.
I just do it.
Nah, the reason why I brought that up, because bro, like, I could remember like starting my cleaning business and stuff, bro. Like, my mom would just be like, "Abu, like, you're just about to go clean." Like, I did that. Why? Like, I didn't come to America for you to do that type shit. So she probably thought like I was just gonna become the cleaner type of thing, like, for the rest of my life, instead of knowing like, no, mom, I have a bigger vision in this shit. So that's why I ask you that shit, bro. But
And I think they all mean well, especially like
yeah.
people from other countries. Like, they just want you to be able to succeed and stand on your own too. Whenever they transition into the other world or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, so it's all out of love, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Ultimately, but at the same time, there's just certain things that they don't understand.
Yeah,
so they gotta fall back.
Yeah, amen.
You know what I mean?
Fall back. Let off. Man.
You know what I mean?
Breathe.
Let some people, let the new generation make their moves.
It's like immigrant family, no, parents, bro. When we come to America type thing, bro, first thing they want you to do, go to college, get a degree, get a good job. And it's like, I hear you, but like, I see what this person's doing, so I might, you feel me? I might go try to see what he's up to.
If it works, I mean, yeah. You know, the degree route works too. I mean, my degree, when I went to school, that was natural to me. So it really wasn't difficult either. It's just I need to be in the right environment, right mindset. Because when I went back to school, I got straight A's. And when I was younger, I didn't.
Damn, you a straight A kid? Damn.
No, when I was younger, I didn't, though.
Okay.
So I had to be in the right environment, like I said. So sometimes it's like, if somebody's trying to force me to study and like, turn the music off and go study. I mean, no, I don't want to learn that. So, but then as I got older, it's like, okay, I want to get this degree to go get a certain job or be in a certain job force. Then it's like, okay, and I don't got nobody trying to tell me what to do or when to do it. You know what I mean? So then I can make my music, I can study, go to work, you know what I mean? And just kind of come up with my own routine, and just kind of have that peace of mind. So, yeah, I don't know. That's me though. For me, it's, my stuff was easy as far as school went. Would I've liked to get my own businesses going? Yeah, most definitely. But it's just, business can be hard, you know? So if you don't do well, it's better to have something that you can at least fall back on, whether that's your job experience or whether it's education to lead you to a certain job or something, you know, something that you could do.
Well, because I don't want the kids listening to this and thinking like, no, college, no. What would be like some pros that you enjoyed while being in college?
Well, before I went to college, I used to be in this thing called Early Outreach Program. So they would send us to Iowa State, actually, for a week. And we got to just kind of feel what it was like. Let's see. It really depends what you're learning when it comes to college. So if I was going to give advice to kids, I would say research the industry that you're going into. Okay. Also, think about the feasibility and what you really want to do. So me, I wanted to do a lot of different. I like to get money now, so I would be working. I might work 2 jobs or something, and then I'll go to school. But for me to take like I wanted to do mechanical engineering, you have to learn calculus. And that is something that takes a lot of time. You got to do a lot of homework. You really got to focus when you're doing that.
And you got to know numbers too, huh?
Yeah. So it's like you have to have that time cut out for that. And so I decided to change my major to accounting because that's it's simpler for me. I know about business and it just makes sense. So it's like that's an easy route. The job market for that, I looked up the things. Also did a personality quiz or whatever assessment. It'll tell you like what job professions you should go into for your personality, and accounting was one of them. And also talked to a guy that he's the one that told me he was an accountant. This is when I was doing security, driving the shuttle or whatever for a hotel, and he hopped in the shuttle. I was taking him to the airport, and he was telling me what he was in town for. He's like, "Yeah, I'm an accountant." Da 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 da. I thought that sounds kind of cool. So then all that stuff kind of just lined up. That plus my personality test, plus the ease of learning it, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, yeah, I'll just do that. So you want to research what you're doing, see if it's right for you, and then also keep in mind your lifestyle. So like I said, mechanical engineering was a no for me because my lifestyle, I was too busy to actually cut out that time. Benefits also women, the ladies.
Yes.
So when you're on campus, like even EOP, I met a lot of beautiful women during my camp.
Yes, sir.
With EOP. I also did another one. It was in Illinois, Champaign, Illinois. It was like a summer camp thing for I think it was a month. But yeah, like even trying out those little summer camps, or you just do like when you go to school, you get to see what's up with the woman and stuff. You might find your wife in there.
Oh God.
Or you might get your heart broken, and like we said, that might lead on to something better. So, or just give you knowledge. So a lot of little things like that are just coming of age. A lot of it's socialization, though. So some cons. Because we should talk about the cons.
Oh no, I definitely was gonna throw that in there.
Could I get some of that? Okay, so some of the cons. I'm not really with the group think. So this is for all the kids out there that might feel like they may not fit in college, or maybe they're more artsy and they're going to college more so to get a job, like as a backup or something like that. And all right, it's cool. Thanks. You don't have to click up with everybody.
Okay.
Because a lot of this stuff is socialization or whatever you want to call it, like even the school system. So if I'm just going to get on some knowledge conscious stuff real quick, so you're going to school from when you're young till 12th grade, right? So maybe 10, maybe 9, 8 years old until you're 18,
What? Like from middle school?
For you to go to school.
Okay.
Like from first grade, or I guess
Kindergarten so
on. What was that?
Like
6?
6, yeah.
6 to when you're 18. So you have teachers that have a certain curriculum. You have a certain structure in your classroom. The way things are timed throughout the day. You have all this structure, So if you're not the type of person that can that really. You can fit into those things because you're a responsible individual, but you're still your own person, so you might want to just stay conscious of the fact that you want to keep a hold of yourself, I guess you say, and not go too much into these groups. Because I think a lot of people fall into groups, whether that be in younger years when they go into like a gang or something, because they want an identity. So they're like, let me identify with this group because then I can feel whole, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just being them. So even with your friends, you might chill with some people, but you still want to be able to make your own thoughts.
Yeah.
In which case you might be served with some ultimatums like, oh, do this. Because this happened. Let me see here. Let me just say similar situations have happened, and I'm 31 years old, right? Where somebody might say, do X, Y, Z, or you'll be considered ABC. And ABC might not be a good thing. You know what I mean? Whatever that word may be.
Yeah.
And so you might be pushed towards doing X, Y, Z so that you're not considered ABC. But you have to remember that to be considered ABC, you have to feel that way in your own mind, in your own heart.
Yeah.
So if you know that's not you, then all that comes down to is what this person's going to think of me or what these 10 people are going to think of me. And really, does that matter? And so what's the better option? Being considered an ABC by this person and this group of people for not doing XYZ, which I feel, you know, in my heart is not right to do or to, you know what I mean, be a part of.
Yep.
So I don't know. You might be served with that type of decision, but I would say it's always, well, in my opinion, it's been better to be considered an ABC. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying. Even the girls might be. I just saw a video of some girls at a dude's car. It was two guys in a car, and it was a lot of girls there, and they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that, da 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 da."
Yeah.
And then, so a guy runs up onto the car on the passenger side. The door's open. He runs up and he has his shirt off, and he's like, "Yeah, come on," because these girls are hyping it up.
Yeah.
The guy in the passenger seat, he has a weapon, and you just hear gunshots ring out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's because these people are calling this guy in ABC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they're also hyping this other guy up. So it's like, well, you either gotta, you know, do
This,
XYZ, or you're also going to be considered an ABC.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he runs in, and he ends up getting maybe killed. I don't know what the end of that was, and I don't know how many people got hit. I don't know how many people got hurt. But you know, after that happens, let's say we were able to ask that guy that got hit, and those people, would you have, if you could go back and do it over, would you have rather just been considered you know what I mean,
ABC, instead of ending up where you at?
And the
now.
answer would probably be, I would have just been an ABC. So I'm just giving you the heads up. It's just a tip, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you might as well cut it out, think of the worst case scenario, and be considered that, and then you move on with your life, because there's so much more that you can do. So,
Amen. No, that's a fact.
Anytime I've gotten that ultimatum, it's almost been better be considered a P word, a B word, whatever.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Not doing what they tell me to do, because I feel like that's really, it's a trick. It's a reverse psychology, because if you're going to be manipulated by their viewpoint, and you're going to do their first option instead of the second option, which is get that label on you, you're doing what they're telling you to do, you know what I mean, without using your own thought, because otherwise they wouldn't have to give you the ultimatum. They wouldn't have to talk you into it, because you would have already known that's something that's I align with, and that I'm gonna do. You know, I don't gotta. Anyway, that's my short little rant about that.
So I was just gonna say,
can I just close it real quick? My bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said all that to say, if you go to college, or that's like, I'm talking about gangs and stuff, but if you go to college, there's also things like sororities and fraternities. So you get into these little groups, and everybody wants you to join a group. Join this group, join that group, join this group, join the business club. There's all these clubs and sororities and fraternities, and then you have your group friends. So it's like, oh, we're all in algebra together. So now all the algebra kids want to hang out together. But there's a lot of groupthink where it's like, then you don't develop your own identity. So you want to be able to go and look up some of that meditation stuff. I don't care how old you are, because I was looking that up when I was like young. That's when computers, like, we first were really getting on the internet, and I was like printing off some stuff about meditation and all that.
Young Matt, yeah.
So you want to be able to look at that and separate yourself from the group and think as an individual. So it could be multiple individuals that form a group instead of one group with one identity, one mindset, because then you can be controlled a lot more. You know, you can get branding on your arm to be in a fraternity, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't feel like is good. That's like slavery type stuff. So, and even look up the history. If you're going to join a fraternity or a sorority, anything, look up the history of these things and where they come from, and why would you even be a part of that culture. I'm not trying to say it's all bad, but I'm just saying, know what you're getting into and know what you're doing before you do it, you know, and make your own decisions.
All I was gonna say to add on to that is, in other words, like, do not be a slave to other people's opinion, and understand that this is a ghetto ass manipulated environment. So don't get manipulated into that environment that you think is cool. For the kids out there, and that's my $1 million worth of game. Yeah. But yeah, no, fuck, bro. That was very informative. Like, very informative.
A little mini rant, but you know.
Nah, it's smooth though, cause like the kids nowadays, like, they don't hear that, and like, I feel like in today's time, like, kids is being pressured to become like a certain have a certain image, if you get what I'm saying. So, for an example, all right, let me just bust out an example. Like I seen on social media, some girl had posted a rapper. You feel me? But it was his mugshot.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say she was a decent looking girl. So I'm thinking in my head, like, what if there's a kid out there that really likes this girl and now has to become like have an image as this rapper? So like maybe pants sagging, toting a gun, doing all this shit just to get the eyeball of this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I feel like a lot of kids is like they're like in that realm of thinking like, oh man, I gotta look like NBA YoungBoy or come off like NBA YoungBoy for this girl to fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, it's toxic as hell. And
yeah, there was some saying from Malcolm X that said like you can judge the advancement of a civilization by the woman, the level of knowledge of the woman or education of a woman. I don't really believe in that though. Because
break that down. What you
he's
mean?
pretty much saying that the women were always the smartest in the civilization.
Okay.
I don't think so though.
Why?
Because I don't think that holds true all the time. I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes, but
not all the time.
So like right now, I feel like there's a pandemic of women's minds, I should say.
Yeah.
So following a woman where she's at right now with her selection process and her mindset probably isn't the best thing that you're gonna be able to do. Now, I'm not gonna be on the I'm not like the red pill, whatever, but I'm just saying this is what it is. I've met a lot of women. I've talked to a lot of women. And whatever they like, because you got to understand, this is many years of manipulation. So not every, obviously I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about probably a good majority though of women and maybe the population, because it could be a lot of men too. I'm just not talking to men, obviously. So I don't know exactly where their mindset is at. But like I said, that goes back into thinking as an individual. So you know what's right, you know what's wrong. If you feel like, dang, I got to go to jail to go mess with this girl, that's probably not the girl you want to mess with, because that's mind control right there. So you could look at like the movie The Matrix, right? So I'm going to get back into this consciousness, right?
Yeah.
So you have Neo. He's the one. Let's say that you're the one, and so you're living life. And you have these agents, they're trying to stop you.
Right.
So they can morph into different people, though. If you remember that movie, they can like take over other people's bodies.
Yup.
So that could be done. So we're looking at it like symbolism and like an analogy, a metaphor, whatever. So you have these some women and some men that are agents of the system. So the system being taught and perpetuated through like media, which then we talk about this movie, we talk about rap and hip hop, where it's like, go kill this person, go shoot this person, or it's depressing, like, oh, I feel like somebody gonna shoot me, or da. All of this, that's why I talk about the meditation and all that, that goes into your psyche. So now if we talk about things like the law of attraction or whatever people want to phrase it as, you have this thing in your mind that's like, oh, kill, or I'm gonna get killed, or I'm gonna, all this negativity. You have all that in your mind, and then you also have all this stuff with the degradation of the woman. So now you're looking at certain type of woman that you want to date, and then you look at, okay, I want to date this type of woman, and then the women are also manipulated to be like, oh, I want to date this certain type of man, and I don't even think it's really race based, because a lot of girls, I've talked about this before, they'll be like, oh, I want a bad boy, whatever. But it's like, so. But they don't want school shooters. Because wouldn't he be a bad boy? So I'm just saying, they'd be like, yeah, I want a bad boy, whatever. But then you see some dude that shoots up a school and you don't really see him with a fan club of women. Like, oh yeah, I want him. So they want selective bad boy stuff. You know what I mean? Or they get beat up. They be like, yeah, I want a bad boy. And then they get beat up. And then now they want a bad boy that doesn't beat people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
essentially, that just shows that they've been manipulated and mind controlled by something that they don't even really want.
Yeah.
Because most girls want happiness. You know what I mean? They want to be treated like a princess and all that. And even that can be kind of skewed because it's like, how can you be working a job, but you don't want to put any money on the rent, any money on this food? You know what I mean? So you really got to think for yourself. What aligns with you? What aligns with fairness,
fact.
honesty, all the virtues? Look at the virtuous stuff. Does this person have these virtues, and are they looking for these virtuous things in which I should be a part of? That's really what it comes down to when you're making your individual
Okay.
decisions on what you should do and whatnot.
So this is the part where I'm gonna be as vulnerable as possible, bro. I've been searching for love, bro. I've been searching for love, my guy. So peep this, bro. What I've seen, bro, and like how I've like being in this dating scene, bro. It's hard. It's hard because like I feel like a lot of girls want to be independent, but at the same time they don't want to be independent, bro. And I feel like us as men, not specifically us two, but just like men in general, we have failed the women to think that being, I mean, cool, you could be independent, you feel me, like if the situation led you to that, but like nowadays it's like they don't want a man for nothing, bro. And this shit is like difficult for me, bro, because I'm like, but I grew up like wanting to get married, having a high school sweetheart and all this, and now I'm 27 years old and I'm finding women that just don't want to, like they don't want that, bro. They just want to be independent, be the man and the woman. So like why do you think like that could be?
Like I said, it's like all mind control, you know. So this is something, especially with black people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because that's the main people, because they have so many different things. They got the red lining, you know what I mean? So you can only live in certain places. You got slavery in some people's families. You have that trauma that gets handed down. So then you have people just acting wild, and then they hand that down to their kids. You have molestation and rape incest inside of these families. Then you got now I think after naming all that, we only get into like the 60s, 70s, and then you start to integrate, because by that time black people were really coming together. I'm focused more on black people because, you know, I don't really see a problem with white people marrying white people.
Yeah.
They've been married, you know, and they got so many different programming things. So like you turn on the TV, you see a happy white couple.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you see all the black couples are like split up, or they like beating each other.
Yeah.
Medea.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, with Medea, they got like the black girl, she gets beat up or something, and then she meets a light skinned dude or
the
something.
garbage man. Yeah.
Or whatever. And then he's like barbershop. You got Eve. She ends up in real life going with a white guy. But anyway.
Billionaire too.
Yeah. So you have her being from the hip hop community. Now she's trying to, the African dude wasn't good enough, because then they make it look like Africans are a certain type of way. He's being all nice, bringing her flowers and stuff, and she's looking like him, like he's corny. And then he ends up going with his own African girl. And then she goes with the light skinned dude that's trying to go back to school. Another light skinned dude. You know what I mean? Nothing against light skinned people. I'm just saying that's like the narrative that they're trying to show. And so it's just like a lot of manipulation, a lot of mind control. So I mean, it's just messed up. Well, I mean, it kind of depends on what you believe in is messed up. So, if you're, I mean, guys are gonna pull girls, like if they're gonna pull them. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen. So whether it's, you know, girls getting married, I mean, I'll just kind of roll with the punches. Like, you're supposed to evolve. So marriage might not be even the thing, because really, I don't even know if that's really our culture. How long has marriage gone back in the African community? You know, when you really look at it.
Yeah.
Because some of my family, they've had multiple wives. So does that include over here? Like, is that included in America? I don't think so. I don't think you can have multiple wives.
In America, you can't do that unless you move to like Utah, where they made the law. I don't know the exact legal term, but they just passed a law to where you can have like multiple wives now in Utah.
So having a single mother household, I mean, if that was the case brought on mainly because of all the mind control that they've been doing anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like for black people specifically, we're going to adapt. I mean, that's what we do,
Yeah.
you know, so we're going to adapt to that. If the new thing is for it to be black mothers by themselves, or for a little period until we start to change the programming,
Yeah.
then that's what it is, you know. But a fix for that, I don't know, because
He said
they
there's
always, this is something new, you know, whether it's drugs
Yeah.
that they put into the community, propaganda. Now they got the thing, you know what I mean? The thing that everybody been getting in their arm. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Plan B? No. Birth control?
no. The other thing that everybody been getting in their arms these last year and a half or so. But you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's just so many things that they put out here that we don't know what what it's for, and what all the implications are, even in the future. Some people might be like, but that doesn't have to do with black people. But you also got to understand that black genetics, black blood types, those can also be, depending on your blood type, depending on your genetics, things can affect you certain ways, you know, in different ways. So something that might not affect somebody else might affect us differently. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I also talk about the thing people getting in their arms, because like I said, it's just something new all the time, whether it's drugs, whether it's the society changing, whether it's these new groups coming out. You got the feminist movement. So now all the women, they want to group up. Even though they're black women, they want to separate and say, you guys aren't giving us our rights. And it's like, I don't got no control over those rights. You got to talk to these other people, because we both trying to get rights. You know what I'm saying? But now they get separated. So it's all like a lot of divide and conquer type stuff. And I don't even know about the conquer part. I mean, you know, it's more just division. And it is what it is. People going to adapt how they adapt and evolve how they evolve.
My man, that is funny, yo. Okay, so like, do you ever like, we'll just, because that was a deep convo, so I kind of want to pull it back up. You ever plan on like going to Africa and maybe like starting up like your own entertainment business or something like that? Not today, not tomorrow, next year, but just, you know, just vision, having what's that word that I'm looking for? Just visualizing your future and stuff like that. Like, you ever plan on making that move later on in life?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if this is good or bad, but I really have been visualizing different things for my goals and stuff in the future. I mean, I had things I want to do, like this new album, the new movie. But other than that, like trying to enterprise and do all this type of stuff, like I said, I'm into that conscious information, and it's like, it makes you start to really question like the importance of things in life. So I don't know. I just been kind of in a place where it's like, I don't know what, you know, if that comes up, if I have an opportunity to do something in Africa, I mean, I would like to do that. You know, I like doing good stuff and positive things, but the world as it is has a lot of negativity and just people that do weird stuff, you know? So people talk about, they talk about like Jesus coming back and all this type of stuff. But
I'm not gonna lie.
Some people even might say, well, some people have said that some people's religion is like they try to do so much bad because they believe in a certain thing where it's like if they do so much bad that they're going to get some type of karma or something. So Jesus got to come back. So that's the reason why they do so much bad stuff. It's because they're trying to make Jesus come. They're trying to force him to come back.
So
for real.
You know,
that's like
I know what you mean.
Conspiracy theory or whatever people have talked about. Or maybe it's true. But this place is just so weird. Like Earth, you know what I mean? And the society we're in and all that. So hopefully all this bad and evil stuff can just get eradicated, because it's just really hard for some people like me to kind of just be in, you know what I mean? Because it's like, how can I think about a school if I'm trying to think of like a school to put in Africa? I hear about the one that Oprah got. I think some kids were like getting touched or something over there or getting hurt. Fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
wow.
I don't know. Because like for me, I'd want it to be a safe place and good stuff to come from it. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know if there would be a utopia at one point in time, but whatever the case, you know, I try to just focus on the good aspects, and there's just so many bad or negative environments here.
I've heard that.
Trying to get rid of or weave through.
See, because it's a Street Runners TV, I ain't scared to ask a dumb question, nor am I scared to look dumb. What the hell is a utopia? Utopia. Because I think Travis Scott named his new album that.
Hopefully I'm using the right word. I think I am, though. Utopia. So that would be just like heaven, pretty much, you know?
Okay.
So a place where everything's just good and it all just works out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why. I'm having a moment right now because, like I said, Travis Scott just named his new album Utopia.
Mm-hmm.
After what just happened, pretty much a night in hell. Now he wants it. Now he's trying to. Oh, it's heaven. It's, you know, happy, good. Nobody's gonna pass away. So maybe that's
symbolism.
Yeah.
That people
making me think. Yeah. Wow. So
yes,
let's bring it back. So what can the viewers look forward to when it comes to?
Do you have some questions about I thought you were going to ask us about the Caitlyn.
Oh.
I thought you were asking. You want to ask those too.
Oh yeah. I mean, or
not.
No, shit.
Okay.
I had a few little, a few cups I can ask. So what my guy was bringing up, I was gonna ask him a question, but I didn't know how to. Fuck it, I'm gonna ask it. So being that, the woman of the year was a transgender, right?
Mm-hmm.
The USA Woman of the Year was a transgender.
You just asked it so dramatic. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah. Well, cause like I really wasn't gonna go that direction, but
oh, you changed your mind?
No, I just was like, all right, cool. Like I like where this is going.
Okay.
But
we talked about this earlier on the phone. I asked him like, what are some of the questions? And he said one about the Woman of the Year.
Yeah. So
and then in relation to my movie, so that's why I thought we were. That's what I just brought up to him, but I didn't know if it was still on the list or not. So
I'm gonna bring it up. So the question was, because USA voted that this transgender woman. To be honest, I don't remember the person's
Jenner?
name.
Caitlyn Jenner?
Nope, it wasn't Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, okay.
It was so dude. Bro, I probably should have did my research.
I think it was Caitlyn Jenner like a couple years ago though, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But this year is a transgender woman. Being that it's a transgender woman, like, do you think like what's your view on that? Because to me, I feel like I would have been okay if Ellen DeGeneres won Woman of the Year because she's actually a woman, regardless of what she, you know what I'm saying? But like you gotta respect women and what they've been through. So like it's just like the dude that went. I mean, all right. So there was I know. Hey, forgive me. I've been having a few little drinks, so just forgive me. But it was the Olympic Open for women swimming.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, it was another transgender that won that.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, so when he was a boy, he was like 400 and some odd in the country.
Yeah.
Once he switched over to the girl, he was the number one girl.
Yeah.
So what's your viewpoint on that?
Yeah. So with the Woman of the Year being transgender, whoever that was, I don't have much of a viewpoint on that because, I mean, it's just like it's a lot of European standards. You know what I mean? So all of that, it doesn't really concern me. I guess you say because of my
what
black
you believe
culture. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's just so many things that get switched all the time. You know, so it's like the English language, what I'm speaking right now, which I think I'm a master of the English language, or partially. You know, because I do so much music in English. You know.
Okay, so let me throw you a theory. Imagine, okay, you have a girl, right? You got a girl as
like
a daughter,
okay.
right? So you got a daughter. You put her in let's say you put her in basketball. No, what's a sport that? Let's say you put her in swimming. Fuck it. You put her in swimming, and she's been swimming her whole life, and she's been working to get to this moment in life. Then all of a sudden, she comes second behind a trans. You don't feel. All right, fuck it. Let's get even more deep, because, bro, this is Street Runners TV, and I can give a fuck less about what people honestly think. Let's say you have a daughter, right? Your daughter goes to the bathroom. Now, this kid wakes up and he identify himself as a woman now. He just wakes up, I identify myself as a woman. Now we're at the point in life where, all right, we have bathrooms where that dude could just go into, like, how would you feel that kid going into the bathroom with your daughter? You feel me? Like, for me, honestly, bro, I would literally, like, I don't think that shit should be, like, I don't want to get canceled, but I really don't think, like, I gotta be careful. I really gotta be.
What you gotta be careful for?
You
gotta be careful for your own beliefs.
No, you right. You right. I'm okay. You right. Like, I really don't think. I feel like that is like, man, what's the, like, bro. Like, isn't that like bringing in like rapists and pedophile? Like, bro, like.
Well, I feel like there could be rapists and pedophiles
in any type of gender,
but
there
could be women in there that are rapists and pedophiles, and there could be men that are in the men's bathroom that are rapists and pedophiles. But
I may not be
crossing different things. I feel like the risk can go up.
Yeah. Like, all right, I may not be saying it the right way, but I just, like, because I'm being extra careful with my words, but I just don't feel like that should be allowed, bro. I honest to God truth do not think that shit should be allowed. Like,
right. I would say I feel like it would be just to simplify stuff. I mean, if I was somebody in power of lawmaking, I would just make a third gender. I mean,
bathroom.
Trans.
Yeah.
So if you're trans, you go into the trans bathroom if you want to do that. If you want to do sports, you go into the trans sports.
Boom.
Then you have even playing field as far as because you have averages. So like, this is the average body type of the trans, whatever, whether it's men to women, what do you call that? Transformation, men to women transformation, or woman to men transformation, or whatever. Then that can also include like people that they don't want to have the full transformation. They want to do like, they just dress in a certain, in the opposite of what's the norm or whatever, you know? So they call it cross dressers or whatever. But, yeah, that would be my solution. Have a third bathroom and third thing. And if I had a daughter, number one, I mean, I would teach her about that stuff and be like, this is how stuff is. I'm not going to say that, I mean, as far as her identifying a certain stuff, I mean, I feel like she'd have to be older for me to really believe that. So I wouldn't really allow that. But I would teach her self-defense, you know, and be like, I'd probably be by the bathroom when she walked in there. If I knew it was something where everybody can go in, I'd probably be around there and be like, you know, yell if something happens or something.
So like Dwayne Wade's kid, right? You know, so Dwayne Wade's
about Dwayne Wade's kid?
Yeah. So if that was if that was your child, like, you'll make sure your child is like of age to understand, like, hey, like, just.
I mean, that advice that I gave earlier, that advice that I told you, think for yourself. You know what I mean? And that these women are some, no, I'm saying that the women's minds have been like corrupted a lot. That also applies to people my age and older.
Amen.
So when it goes to that situation with Dwayne Wade, I feel like his lady, she is kind of weird, to be honest with you. Whatever her name is, Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
Will Smith, well, what just happened? His lady, I feel like it's kind of weird. Now, I don't know if that was a setup or not, But I'm just saying, men, you got to think for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can get in these things, need I say, entanglements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can get in these different situations based off of what a woman is doing. You know, I had a coworker. He got shot in the face with a shotgun by a guy all over a girl. Because the girl said that he did something or something, whatever. So he met up with a dude. The dude came out the truck with a shotgun. Boom, shot him in the face. So all over a woman, you know? So, but was what he did, was it accurate? I don't know. Like there was no trial.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the trial. It was an execution. That was all it was. So it's just so much stuff. So like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, for example, all over a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's because of a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that was real?
I don't know if it was real or not. But I'm just saying if it was real, then that was all over a woman, you know? And then what was the other one? Gabrielle Union. I heard there was something weird with that one. I've even heard about something weird happening potentially with the babysitter they used to have, the male babysitter. He used to be taking photos with the son.
Dude, yeah.
Prior to all that stuff. Yeah.
Before he.
Yeah.
But was he?
I don't. He didn't. He
Babysitter?
wasn't. Oh yeah. He was. He had
was-
feminine aspects to him.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know,
It.
if you wearing shorts up here and you got a certain stance,
Don't make me laugh.
you can you can kind of understand.
Amen.
You know, you can kind of guess what somebody is into. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Just the same way if I came in here with a police outfit, you'd be like, oh, that's probably a police officer, right?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
If I
yeah.
came in here with a black hoodie and all black and a face mask, you'd be like, he looks like a gangster or a thug.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
He
just how
might
we
be robbing
base.
me, yeah.
Yeah, so it's how we base stuff. So
Okay.
he had that look to him, and I've just heard things maybe that people are alluding to the fact that maybe something happened there. So I feel like that whole thing, and I think that question arose because in the movie I turned feminine, so we pretty much are depicting this effeminization of men. And so with that being said, I feel like that's got to be, it doesn't have to be, but I think it'd be good to be talked about and inspected a little bit more. The trans culture, you know, so a lot of people aren't really that educated on it. I don't even know if trans people are that educated on the culture. Plus, no, I wouldn't say the trans culture because that can be anything, but I would say the trans history and also the spirituality that may be behind that. You know, so there's a movie called Soul. I've talked about this before, where it's like a white lady, she goes into a black guy's body, or it's the reverse, either one. But some people might believe in reincarnation. And so I've heard things about maybe some of the trans people, the reason they feel that disconnect with their body and their mental is because they're remembering a past life where they were a woman and then they came back in a man's body, you know? But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
people don't
yeah.
really talk about that and they don't really inspect that.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I feel this way and I'm trans. You know what I mean? And or younger kids now, they're trying to get them to identify with certain sexual orientations. So it's like, oh, I'm only 10 years old, but I feel like I like both.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like you gotta really inspect it more and really analyze it, get more information, get more data on it.
Amen.
Without just tossing stuff out there. That's what I feel like a lot of people are doing right now is just tossing stuff out there without really analyzing or inspecting where some of this stuff is coming from and the history of it.
And I just want to be clear, just so you guys don't like run off with any idea. Like, I'm not like, do what you want to do. I could care less. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's just when it comes to like women competing against, let's be honest, men, we have to, like he said, like maybe like have a category, a sport just for that. You feel me? And then the women compete with the women, men compete with the men. And if you trans, then you got to just compete with other trans out there. Cause come on, bro. Like these kids been working their whole life, bro. And just for a man to come through and take that right underneath them, bro, that's bad disrespectful. And not even that. We got millions upon millions of women out here that's really busting ass. Like really busting ass to get shit done that should be honored as Women of the Year. So for a man to be honored Woman of the Year, okay, whatever, it's just, I feel like it's just mad disrespectful, and it's a spit in the women's face. Honest to God truth.
Yeah, and they really need to come out with the requirements that they
Yeah.
would say. Because I mean, are you saying a woman that is post-op, so post-operation, so they've got their stuff removed, or are you saying that somebody that doesn't have that operation yet is still considered a woman? So it's like, how far can you go with it, and how much of the treatment do they got to do before they're considered? You know, so there's all these different things that I also want to see.
Yeah.
Like, how are you in this gray area? What are your classifications, and where are you drawing the line to say that this person is now officially considered a woman? Because like you said, they've been trained their whole lives. So this dude, through his 13, 14, 15-year-old, what do you call that? When you're going puberty spurt or whatever, his hormones, his testosterone building. So he's training during this time. Let's say he's swimming, so he's building up his muscles as a man. And then if he doesn't change until he's like 24, 23 years old, he changes to a woman. Even if he takes those pills, estrogen pills, whatever, he's not going to really get rid of those ligaments, those little small things. If he has smaller, whatever you call them, the secondary muscles or whatever, all these little things inside of the muscles, you can't really lose that muscle to where it makes it even now, to where you can be considered a woman, because the body will be different. So it's a lot of stuff that just goes into that I don't feel like has been talked about and has been classified and has really been defined. Like, this is what this is, A, B, and C. You know what I mean? Like, this is where we're going to draw the line.
Man. I ain't gonna say too much, but I will just say like I agree with what he just said. That's what I'm gonna say. But with that being said, man, look, I know y'all probably like, dang, these guys went deep with it. Yes, we did. If you got this far into the podcast, I appreciate you so much, because like, first of all, I appreciate this man right here for even allowing me to have the sit down with him and setting this whole thing. I wish I could show you guys exactly this whole setup, because this dude is on a whole nother level with this shit. So I'm not gonna talk too much towards the end. Would you like to leave the viewers with anything before he says that? His movie, I promise you guys, will be down in the description for you guys to go buy. But would you like to drop anything?
Yeah, I'll just say revolutionaryfeminine.com. Revolutionary, REVOLUTIONA revolutionary. Right? Anyway, Revolutionary Feminine. You know what I mean? That's the movie. So revolutionaryfeminine.com, revolutionary feminine on all the different Instagram, Facebook. That's the only two social medias that are currently active for the movie. He's actually in the movie, so he plays one of the bullies, bullying me, who's playing a character that gets turned feminine. And let's see what else. Yeah, so the movie's $10. It's on Vimeo. Like I said, one day maybe I'll make it free, maybe one day I'll never make it free. And
you just gotta stay tuned.
Right, you gotta stay tuned. $10 for the DVD if you're in town. If I might send it to you, if then charge shipping on top if you wanted it and you're out of state. But yeah, these, you never know. So maybe the DVDs will go up in value one day. Maybe they'll be worth $10,000, $10 billion, because there's only 100 that I printed off. So you never know. But the DVD or the online version's 1080p. So that one, you can download it once you pay for it, so you can keep a copy. And yeah, just everything Revolutionary Feminine. And you can reach out if you want to invest in my next movie or something like that. Just invest money. I don't really need your thoughts.
And I have a few copies, so anybody that like, comment, subscribe to this channel, I may drop a movie off to you. You just never know. But before we end it off, like I said, man, please do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment down below and like this channel. And turn on your notification bell so you get first dibs on the next podcast that's coming up. And like I said, we appreciate you so much. And thank you for tuning in to Street Runners TV. And it's just like that.
Like this at.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I did that.